Let's go to Jimmy.
Hello, how y'all doing?
What's going on, Jimmy?
Hey, I just want to give a shout out to my Bible study partner.
We don't really do shout outs here on Free Talk Live, but
even to Pugnacious Pete.
Oh. You went to Bible school with Pugnacious Pete?
We got Bible study, every Saturday, me and him. And
do you go way back?
Though.
Have you known him?
Oh, yeah.
Known him for a while?
Years. He's a wonderful fellow. We got a question, though, and I figured y'all know a lot about that Bible. And
yeah, actually, as the Bible says, Satan knows the book better than Christians do.
It says that?
Well, I don't know that it says that, but that's kind of a belief. Actually, I'm not going to say whether I do know or not, because then I'd incriminate myself.
Oh God, you're not Satan.
I want to give a shout out to Satan too. Then
thank you. I mean, that's very. Oh God.
So, I read myself my kids' Bible stories before they go to bed, and I know that Bible pretty well. But I've been trying to find a story in there, and I wasn't sure if y'all knew where it was. Now, there's a story where Jesus he has to grow like a magic beanstalk so he can go and like kill a giant that's living in the clouds, and I don't know where to find that story.
In that story, Jesus is called Jack, and it's one of those mistranslations. And usually, it's one of those books that didn't get included in the main Bible.
It's an apocryphal text.
It's an apocryphal text, and you'll have to go look for Jack and the Beanstalk.
It's not Jesus and the bean. I think you're wrong, Mark.
I think Mark's wrong too, Jimmy.
Well, God bless y'all, and thank you for your service.
Thanks for the call, Jimmy. There's another one. St. George and the Dragon didn't get included in the Bible, but it's one of the Catholic apocryphal texts.
He's got to read that story to Jar Jar and Grammaton.
Yeah,
his kids.
The St. George thing is actually really interesting because
I've never read it.
Well, the interesting thing is that this is about a guy slaying a dragon, and in Britain, as I understand it, British Christians just accept that as so, that there were dragons that walked the earth not that long ago. And it does make you wonder.
Have you been watching David Icke videos, Brian?
I tend to err on the side of science whenever science is presented.
Yeah.
And I like National Geographic as their timeline as to what's sort of occurred. However, when you watch the sort of Christian videos that say, hey, how implausible is it that they, maybe they just don't have this carbon dating thing right, and we've just been getting false readings all along, and that, dinosaurs were around in the Middle Ages. What's the big deal? And when you think of the Loch Ness Monster, it's like, could a plesiosaur be up in some lake in Scotland?
Well, you know what I find funny about that is now Scotland's talking about getting independence, and suddenly now there's new pictures of the Loch Ness Monster.
Are there?
And yeah,
I'm gonna have to look at them.
Yeah, they're pretty interesting.
Is the Yeti riding
fake until proven otherwise?
Hey, I don't know if you want to run that way, but it's fascinating. Suddenly this creature starts appearing again, and Britain's like, oh yeah, Scotland can go right ahead and declare independence. That's fine with us. So,
then I kind of like
Nessie. Drawing from this?
There's one supposedly in Vermont too, in Lake Champlain.
Well, yeah,
it's called Champ.
Once somebody else makes it work, then you just got to copy them. There's no plesiosaur in Champlain. But,
well, they claim there's a time portal between Loch Ness and Lake Champlain.
The gravity changes at a certain point.
Wait, I can go for a plesiosaur. I cannot go for a time portal. What kind of fool do you think I take me for? So, in Florida, we had to have.
Hey, well, no. Look, it happened to me. You can't disprove it.
It did not happen to you.
In Florida, we needed Bigfoot, so we called it the skunk ape, right? And so they just, these different areas just kind of add these things along. Look, I like the stories about Bigfoot as much as anybody, and I'm going to just go ahead and say that, look, what is the name of it? Anyway, there's this.
Gigantopithecus?
Is that what it is?
The human, the humanoid
large ape.
Yes, Homo something.
Yeah, I say it's still around, but just for kicks. I like the idea of it.
Yeah, I think Yetis are real.
It's Mark with you.
And Brian.
And Loch Ness Monster. I mean, Stephanie.
855-450-3733.
That was Bigfoot over there doing a surprise appearance.
I was going through the woods over the weekend, last weekend, not this weekend, and I
saw
heard
a mysterious footprint.
Tree knocks.
You noticed a smell.
You heard tree knocks.
Just tree knocks.
So are people searching
for
noise? Oh, man.
I just don't know.
That's its mating call. You should have answered. You should have replied by
I don't
Doing
really
the
want to
little
mate with the Bigfoot.
I don't know.
Well,
there's a
he
Stonehenge.
wants to mate with you.
There's a Stonehenge in New Hampshire.
That's right. There is the other side of the
What does
state.
Bigfoot have
Mystery
to do with
Hills.
Stonehenge? Are
Well,
we just
some people
muddling
think that they're
together
aliens.
all of these? Oh,
I know.
so now the aliens are involved too. Bigfoot, Stonehenge, aliens.
Look,
anything
it's
else you want to
all
add?
One big conspiracy.
It's apparently so.
Because somebody will take their the one conspiracy, or the one idea, and then tag their favorite one on it, and then their favorite one on
It's
it.
on the shoulders of
Seems to be how it
giants or
works.
Sasquatches.
Indeed, abominable snowmen.
Free Talk Live, 7 nights a week from 7 to 10 Eastern, live on the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.